guys, and welcome to the Monday video on my gaming channel. Today we're going to talk about why I love and hate Pokemon Go. I'm super excited to film this because this, for the first time in a long time, is something new that I'm actually into. Like, once in a while there's a really good game from one of my favorite franchises that comes out, and I'm like, yes, finally, Like, I'm gonna be like this tenfold when the remake of Final Fantasy VII comes out. But if you guys are into it and I'm into it, why not make a video about it? So here are 5 things I love and 5 things I hate about Pokemon Go. And yes, I've had all of this stuff since way before Pokemon Go came out. Why am I still holding this? Pikachu! Alright, so the first thing I love about Pokemon Go is the fact that it's making me get out and adventure more. I am notoriously someone who does not go anywhere. I am a fucking YouTuber and streamer for a living, so I don't fucking go anywhere anymore, and I don't need to go anywhere anymore unless I'm going to the gym or tanning, which is pretty much all I do. And I visit my P.O. box once a week. But that's it. Something I miss a lot from my childhood is the fact that my mom and dad used to take me out on the weekends to either play tennis or go biking or rollerblading or pretty much just a lot of really fun adventurous shit. And I don't do that anymore, but I really love taking walks. And you can do that shit with Pokemon Go. It makes it like infinitely more exciting. And one of the biggest things is that when I do want to take a walk somewhere, Jay doesn't want to, but now he's totally into it, so he wants to take more walks than I do. Mostly because the walks he wants to take are to the Pokestop that's lured at 4 a.m. in the dark. I'm not trying to get robbed. But yeah, so instead of driving to the gym, I'm not walking to the gym. Instead of driving to tanning, I'm not walking to tanning. Jay and I were out at like 4 in the morning till like 6 in the morning walking around catching Pokemon and decided to get like a whole dozen of awesome donuts from Top Pot. That was one of the highlights of my week, yeah. I never said it was gonna help me lose weight, just that I enjoy walking. Another thing I fucking love about Pokemon Go is they're only catering to the first 151. I guess it's more like 130 right now. I'm not quite sure why it's not just the whole 150 plus 1. Something you guys might not know about me is that I am a very, very, very old school Pokemon fan. In between the time I was like 7 and 10, that was like all I cared about. I went to Pokemon card tournaments at Wizards of the Coast with my dad. I had like 3 binders worth of cards and badges that I had won. I have like over 100 figures that I was collecting with the little Pokeballs that are see-through and you keep the figure inside the Pokeball. And I remember one of the saddest moments of my childhood is when Eevee's tail fell off. I was like devastated and I tried to glue it back on, did not work. And Misty was my fucking idol, so much so that I actually cosplayed as her and asked people to call me Misty. I wished my name was Misty Babcock, yeah. And this was even before the Game Boy games. This was like 1997 or something. And then the fucking Game Boy games came out. Red, yellow, blue, oh my god. So needless to say, Pokemon Go is extremely nostalgic for me. And it also just panders to my kind of hate for anything new generation Pokemon. They got rid of Misty in the show, which I had all the VHS tapes for. And like fucking over 600 Pokemon, really? Don't get me wrong, I do think it would be cool if the Pokemon Go app featured all of the new Pokemon, because then I could actually learn them and maybe I could reignite my love for them and stop kind of hating on the new ones and the new generations. And I have played new Pokemon games, just not that much. I actually started playing one of the newer Pokemon games on my DS, and then I let my friend borrow my DS, and I never got it back. But anyway, yeah, nostalgia, and I would have fucking killed for this app when I was younger. Like, I had a fucking Pokédex. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see that I posted that my dad found my Pokédex for me. And on the topic of bringing people I care about together, my dad has had a lot of reason to text me because he's talking about Pokemon Go, which has been pretty cool. All right, the next thing that I love is the Easter eggs, or the things you can't necessarily find out about the game without someone else finding them out and then posting them on the internet. It's a very self-explanatory game at first, and because I got it on the ground floor with everyone else, we were kind of figuring out how the app works, how the combat works, how catching Pokemon works, how evolving Pokemon works, and we're all kind of finding out together, and that's fun. So one little tidbit I'm gonna share with you is that people think you can actually pick up the Pokeballs when you throw them if you're not successful at catching the Pokemon. Like, if you miss. I personally have not been able to replicate this, but if you can, please post in the comments. It's like 50-50 split. People saying they can, people saying they can't. And one more thing is being able to choose Eevee's evolutions. And no, not by some kind of gem that you find, but just by naming your Eevee before you evolve it. So Sparky is Jolteon, Pyro is Flareon, and Rainer is Vaporeon. Some people say this works, some people say it doesn't. There's a lot of video proof that it does, but some people do say that it only works the first time. Let me tell you about something really fucking stupid I did. I had like a CP 350 Eevee or some crazy shit, so I named it Sparky because I heard that Jolteon is like the best one. From Jolteon. I'm just kidding, this is a stuffed animal. Anyway, so I named him Sparky, and then I sorted by name, thinking that it was gonna sort by the name of the Pokemon, not the fucking stupid nickname I gave the Pokemon. And then I leveled like a 230 Eevee, and I got like a 600 CP Flareon. Like, ugh. Now I have to catch more Eevees to get more Eevee candy to evolve, and it's like, why? Anyway, I also like the Pokemon Curveball. I think it's fun. That might not be an Easter egg, but still, fun. The fourth thing I like about Pokemon Go is the fact that there's actual strategy involved. It might not be like RTS level strategy or anything, but it's cool that you get to strategize in order to level, and at some point after like level 10, leveling actually starts to get hard, so you do care when you use your lucky egg in order to start evolving more Pokemon. The fact that it's a good idea to evolve all your Pidgeys before you send them off to the Professor Oak knockoff. Saving your dust and not like leveling up a bunch of Pokemon that aren't that great. And waiting until you find one with a really high CP. Like for instance, Jay just went ahead and went crazy into putting dust into Pokemon so that he could have like relatively strong Pokemon. And his have a higher CP than mine, but I have like 50k dust saved and now I'm a higher level, so I'm gonna get Pokemon that are like initially 600 CP and then I can evolve them and then I can just have like a gigantic Pokemon. Interesting stuff to nerd out on. And the final reason that I love it before I jump into all the negative things about it is the fact that it's just bringing more visibility and popularity, even more so, to something that I've loved for 18 years of my life. Fucking everyone is doing it. Old people, young people. I see all different kinds of people doing it. Out on the streets, it's fucking normal as fuck to hold up your phone and do whatever. No one thinks you're taking a picture of them or being creepy. Fuck, I could probably even like make vlogs now and stuff and people wouldn't be looking at me because they'd be too worried about missing out on a Pokemon. It's kind of a cool environment. Alright, so now I have 5 reasons why I fucking hate Pokemon Go. Oh my god, let's do it. Number 1 is constant fucking server issues, and I can't use Pokemon Go in my house like 60% of the time or at all in fucking garages. There's a way that I can walk around my garage, because I live in an apartment building, and actually reach one of the Pokestops. Or I can like sit inside the safety of my controlled access garage and like lure it and get a bunch of Pokemon and experience and shit. But it doesn't work. I can call, I can take video, I can use Instagram, but no, not Pokemon Go. And randomly I'm catching a Pokemon that I really want. He's in the Pokeball and then it just completely freezes. One tip about that is you should wait until it starts actually loading, because then there's a chance that you actually saved and retained the Pokemon that you caught. However, when I'm catching something that is green or red or orange, he's probably gonna break out of the Pokeball, and then I'm not gonna have a chance to catch him again because my fucking screen froze. Ah! That's how I feel. Fuck you, Niantic and the Pokemon Company. This is so fucking big. I mean, your stocks are crazy, and it's even rivaling Twitter in app usage. And you can't fucking fix your issues? Like, please. Still, it's been like a week and a half. The second reason I hate Pokemon Go is there are things in the game that like don't really make sense to the world of Pokemon the way that I know it. I don't know if they added some of this stuff later on, which they didn't in the fucking games. At least the 3DS games. And then some things just don't make sense in general. Like, why the fuck are you hatching an egg by walking? It's not that big of a deal, it's just kind of like a pet peeve of mine. Like the fact that you catch a Pokemon not by fighting him and weakening him first, but like giving him raspberries. Which is like, whatever, but I would rather it be a little more pandering to people who know more lore about Pokemon. The third thing I hate, fucking wind. Ah! You know when you're catching a Pokemon and you throw it and you're like, that is a perfect throw. And then it just like goes to the side like you did a fucking curveball and threw it straight ahead. Yeah, randomly there's fucking wind or something in the game. That is the most frustrating thing ever. And then you waste all your goddamn Pokeballs. And you don't want to buy Pokeballs because you don't want to be a fucking cheater. At least that's how I feel. This game feels a little play to winny at some points. But then again, that takes me to number 4, which is people who fucking live or work on top of a Pokestop. Fuck you. Jay and I's mutual friend Alex sent Jay a picture of him at his campus where he could actually like stand in one place and be in the middle of 4 lured Pokestops at once. Just because he's on a campus where there are a lot of people and a lot of Pokestops. Pokestops. I feel like I'm saying Pokemon and Pokestops like retarded. People who say Pokemon, which is actually the correct way to say it, kind of make me cringe because they either know nothing about Pokemon or they're way too into it. And trust me, I've been there. So yeah, fuck you people who have access to Pokestops like 24/7. You suck. Then again, people who live in like rural areas that don't even have Pokestops around probably hate me because I have like 3 or 4 within like general walking distance of a few blocks. I'm sorry. Can we just get together and hate the people who like live or work on a Pokestop? And the last reason and the worst fucking thing ever is the way you take over gyms. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so you win, right? And then you need to put your Pokemon inside, but other people can do it before you. And then if you want to put your best Pokemon in, you have to stop and heal him first because no doubt he has been in a fucking battle and is wounded and is not 100% health, which is what you need to put your Pokemon in a gym. And at first, without any instruction, defending gyms and battling at gyms, it was so convoluted and so fucking confusing. You were like, why the fuck am I doing like 6 Pokemon here and then they die and I have to revive them, or not die but get knocked out, and then over here I'm just like fighting my own Pokemon because what? And I mean, yeah, you can look up guides and you can figure it out, but the first couple days it was really confusing. And it's just bad. Like, it doesn't, like, first of all, you got the fucking server issues in the first place, so sometimes you're in a battle and you win and there's like a sliver of health left and then it freezes. and then you find out that you have one, but in order to actually like do anything with that, or if you have like leveled the gym or something you can put your Pokemon in now, you have to be like, oh, hurry the fuck up, ah! You don't like get priority because you were the one that did it. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying and confusing. Alright guys, so your homework is to post in the comments things that you love and hate about Pokemon Go, and if you play it, I want to know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I want to talk about really briefly, because people keep fucking asking me, why maybe I didn't put in the things I hate about Pokemon Go, the fact that people are like walking off cliffs, like crashing their cars, like doing stupid shit, getting robbed, going to scary places in neighborhoods at night. I don't fucking hate Pokemon Go for that. I think that people who do that are fucking retarded, and they're gonna find a way to be retarded on their own, and the only way to stop that, it's like the same thing with gun control, or not gun control, but like taking away our guns. It's like, at some point, everyone can do something stupid with everything, and if we start taking things away because one bad egg is retarded, we end up just like censoring the world, and all the sensible people like me who don't do stupid shit like that and who are aware if a Gyarados is fucking running in my face. Swimming in my face? You know what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, I get punished because there's someone in our society who just can't handle themselves around the basic things that are happening in our society, and I think that's absolutely retarded. You cannot blame Pokemon Go for people being stupid in the first place. It's the stupidity of certain people in humanity, and hopefully they will just cull themselves by doing stupid shit with the things that they are given that we can handle. And I know that might not be a popular opinion, but I would rather not have my creativity and happiness and things that I like stifled just because it gets some idiot killed. And it really does suck if you're the person who gets rear-ended because someone's too stupid to handle Pokemon Go and driving, or too stupid to know that you shouldn't be handling them together. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new Dark Souls compilation video. Also, let me know in the comments what your biggest CP Pokemon is. I choose you. Probably shouldn't be throwing things at my $2,000 lens, but it was cute, right? What am I fucking telling you? GPS not found. I'm in the middle of the goddamn ocean. Ah!